watchers, and welcome to another Totally Flawed review tonight. It seems a long time since I did review last year. So, first I'll be watching anyway, Moon in Scorpio. Okay, in the Los Angeles Marina, three buddies who fought together in Vietnam, Alan, Bert and Mark, and their wives set sails on a cruise, their first reunion since the war. All three men are haunted by nightmares of a bloody wartime massacre that they took part in, killing everyone inside, men, women, children. The tension between the men is thick enough to cut with a knife. Before long, anxiety turns to bone-chilling terror as first one, then another passenger on the cruise is mysteriously, ruthlessly murdered. Adrift from the open sea with no help in sight, the terrified survivors must fight for survival against an unseen, bloodthirsty killer who has turned their worst nightmare into deadly reality. Yeah, I've been watching this now, right? I enjoyed it. It's a good horror film, but not the most. One of the best horror films I've ever seen. It's one of the movies you kind of think, yeah, interesting. And there's things about this film that kind of baffle me. That scene wasn't even in the film. You see this kind of like dead person in the water. I can't remember that scene in the film. So anyway, at the beginning of the film, we see this woman who gets found. She's on her own on this like boat because she was with her like husband and stuff, and of course they've all like disappeared. Everyone's just like disappeared on the boat, or most of everyone, apart from her. And of course, then when there's a strange part where you see some characters get killed at the big, and it's like in this hospital, like, and then this film does kind of baffle me. I know it was a bit confusing certain parts of the film. The film, because okay, right, when they find this woman, right, who stabs this cow with this freaking sharp thing that the killer used, and of course then she starts telling her story on what happened, and yeah, her husband starts seeing things, you know, like he's having these flashbacks and stuff, and of course, anyway, later on in the film, you know, you meet their friends, her the husband's friends, who was part, you know, you see flashbacks of the war, and of course, murders and stuff. Meet the characters, they go on this like boat, this open ocean boat trip, whatever, and of course, strange things start happening. No, first of all, before they go on the boat, before they go on their like, you know, boat trip, whatever. Another character gets killed. This fisherman who's like, you know, he's fishing with this guy. He's like a fisherman. He's like fishing with this guy. Very fishy, by the way. And he gets killed by someone from the boat. Because someone steps off the boat and they have this like, you know, strange. You know, they have this walk. They're like wearing slippers. I know it's weird. I don't know what they're wearing, like slippers or something, whatever. And of course, there's a bit of a twist with the colours. I was kind of like expecting one character, then I started getting suspicious about another one. I was thinking, well, that person's acting a bit odd. So yeah. So anyway, this character gets killed by this like, you know, weapon, whatever. This type of special weapon, whatever. So anyway, when they're on this trip with each other, certain characters, you know, the characters on the boat start getting killed. Then you get suspicious, you think, I wonder who it is. I wonder if it's that girl, or it's his wife, maybe it's the girl in it. It could be anyone on the boat. Someone's that. So anyway, the characters start to disappear on the boat and get thrown into the water, killed, murdered, and of course, everyone's a bit, you know, everyone, sabotaging the boat and everything, like cutting wires and stuff. And of course, all you see is this character wearing gloves and has this weapon. It's an interesting movie. It's not one of the best horror films I've ever seen, but I liked it. I did enjoy it. Not one of the best it's not one of those horror films I'll go, oh, you've got to watch that tonight. Absolutely incredible. But worth a watch if you like good ships, horror films on a boat. I love the image, by the way. I think that's better than the film itself. Because it's kind of like, oh, it's a kind of spooky movie. That image is pretty cool, I'd say. I do like that image a lot. And like I said, you don't see certain parts in it. You don't see that scene. I was sitting going, where's that scene in the film? And that looks really cool. It's kind of scary, actually. So yeah, because they're not one of the best films. When you find out, okay, so anyway, each character starts to get killed on the boat, and you think to yourself, I wonder who it is. And I start thinking, what is that person? What is that person? I wonder. Interesting. Um, when you find out who the killer is, I was slightly a bit baffled because I don't know why I was just baffled because because they said that meant something about the war and stuff, and I thought to myself, okay, it's weird. I don't know. I can't explain. I couldn't. It's one of those movies that you can't explain. I couldn't explain why that character was the hero, but it's weird. I was sitting there going, okay, so yeah. It might be a bit of a giveaway, but I was, every one of the twists, I was like, okay, so interesting. So yeah. So the ending part was still pretty good, I'd say. Not the best ending I've ever seen, but it's good. So yeah, what I didn't like about it, okay, I didn't like the fact that certain parts weren't in the film. I wouldn't say it was terrifying and scary because it wasn't. It was just typical who done it kind of situation. Who's the killer in this film? And I wasn't really super surprised. But I was wrong at the same time because I thought it was someone else in the movie. Then I thought, no, it's not that character. So yeah. So yeah, there's certain parts I didn't like. I thought it was a bit, certain parts were in the film, and what else did I like? Maybe the ending part was a bit, but yeah. I don't know. It's not perfect, that's for sure. It's just one of those movies. It's not perfect. It's definitely not a perfect horror film, but I still liked it. It's not perfect. Okay, what I liked about it. Some of the characters were pretty good in it, I'd say. Some decent performances. It's not like some of the best acting I've ever seen. The decent performances, and an interesting ending. So yeah. So the rating I'm going to give this film a 3.5 out of 5 because I still liked it. It's definitely worth a pick up. And goes with my collection too. It looks really nice. So, and yeah, it's my first review for this year. So yeah. So anyway, people, this is my review of in Scorpio. It's a funny name for a film. So one character, actually, before I go off, so one character keeps going about Moon and Scorpio, and I was thinking to myself, okay, what should you keep saying that for? So yeah. So anyway, that's the song I want to say about the film. It's 3.5 out of 5 for Moon and Scorpion. An interesting horror film. Not my favourite, but yeah, enjoyed itself. So many people want to go off now. I'm going to subscribe to the channel. If you want to leave a comment, and I'm going to go off now. Like I said, my first review this year, so yeah. So yeah, anyway, people, I'm going to go off now. Have a nice day, have a nice week. Take care, and look after yourself, and see you later. Have a nice week. Bye.